Do you have a dream? A goal you secretly cherish? A vision of a better life? A version of yourself you desperately want to become? Perhaps it's starting a business, learning a new skill, traveling the world, or simply finding the courage to speak your truth. Now, what stops you? Before you blame money, time, or other people, listen closely. For most of us, the single greatest obstacle is not external. It's a quiet, persistent voice inside our own heads that whispers, "You can't do it. You're not smart enough. You'll fail just like last time. Who do you think you are?" This voice has a name: negative thinking. It is the silent, invisible killer of millions of dreams. It's a poison that paralyzes you before you even take the first step. It is the architect of self-doubt and the fuel for anxiety. If you do not learn to control this voice, it will, without question, control you. It will shrink your ambitions, limit your potential, and keep you trapped in a life far smaller than the one you were meant to live. But here is the good news. This voice is not you, and it is not the truth. It is a habit, a pattern burned into your mind through years of conditioning. And like any habit, it can be broken. Like any program, it can be rewritten. This is not a theoretical article about just thinking positive. This is a practical, no-nonsense guide to mental reprogramming. We will not just fight negativity, we will systematically dismantle it, understand its roots, and replace it with a foundation of unshakable confidence, resilience, and profound inner peace. Today, you learn to stop this voice. Today, you take back control of your mind. Before you can defeat an enemy, you must understand it. Negative thinking is not a mystical force. It is a psychological process. It's your brain's ancient, primitive survival mechanism working overtime. It's trying to protect you from pain, but in doing so, it's also protecting you from growth, joy, and success. Where does it come from? It grows slowly, fed by four primary sources. 1. Past failures. You tried something once and it didn't work. You failed an exam, got rejected from a job, or fumbled a presentation. Your mind logs this event and creates a rule. Trying new things equals pain. Solution: don't try again. 2. Fear of the future. This is the "what if" disease. What if I make a fool of myself? What if I lose all my money? What if they laugh at me? Your mind creates 1,000 disastrous scenarios that have not happened and likely never will. 3. External programming. People told you you're not good enough. A parent, a teacher, or a boss made a careless comment that you internalized as fact. You've been programmed to believe in your limitations. 4. Social comparison. You scroll through social media and see everyone else's highlight reel, comparing their curated success to your behind-the-scenes reality. To kill this pattern, you need a new set of mental tools. You cannot change what you do not notice. The first and crucial step is to become the watcher of your mind. You must catch yourself in the act of being negative. Think of your mind as a busy street. Your thoughts are the cars passing by. For years, you have been jumping into every negative car and letting it drive you wherever it wants. Now, your job is to stand on the sidewalk and simply observe. When a negative thought appears, "I'm going to fail this interview," don't fight it, don't believe it, don't judge it, just label it. Say to yourself, there it is, a negative thought. That's just fear. This simple act of noticing creates a small gap of space between you, the observer, and the thought. In this space, you find your power. You realize the thought is not a command, it's just a suggestion, and you can choose to decline it. Awareness is the first step to freedom. Your brain cannot hold two contradictory thoughts at the exact same time. You cannot be filled with doubt and confidence in the same instant. You must use this fact to your advantage. When you catch a negative thought, you must immediately and consciously replace it. This is not about lying to yourself, it's about shifting your focus from a debilitating certainty to a constructive possibility. When your mind says, "I can't do this, it's too hard," replace it with, "This is a challenge. I can learn how to do this step by step." When your mind says, "I'm not smart enough," replace it with, "I am capable of learning and growing. I can figure this out." When your mind says, "What if I fail?" replace it with, "What if I succeed? And even if I stumble, I will learn a valuable lesson." This is a conscious, deliberate effort. At first, it will feel unnatural, like you're faking it. But with repetition, you are forging new neural pathways. You are teaching your brain a new default response.
Our mind is like a garden. Our thoughts are the seeds. The thoughts you water will grow. You cannot expect a positive mind if you spend your entire day consuming negative content. Negativity is not just what you think, it's what you watch, what you read, and who you listen to. If your mental diet consists of constant fear-based news cycles, gossiping and complaining, either listening to it or doing it, social media feeds that make you feel inadequate or angry, spending time with energy vampires, people who only see the bad in everything, then your mind will become a garden of weeds. Protect your mental space as fiercely as you would protect your physical body. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad. Politely limit your time with negative people. Stop complaining for 24 hours and see how it feels. Replace that time with things that water the good plants. Read an inspiring book. Listen to an educational podcast or watch a video that teaches you a new skill. Your mind becomes what you feed it. Gratitude is the single most powerful antidote to negativity. It is psychologically impossible to feel both deep gratitude and deep fear or despair at the same time. Negativity thrives on a scarcity mindset, focusing on what you lack. Gratitude thrives on an abundance mindset, focusing on what you have. You don't have to wait for big, life-changing events to be grateful. The power is in the small, daily practice. The real-world example. Before you get out of bed or before you go to sleep, force yourself to name 3 specific things you are thankful for. Don't be generic like "my family." Be specific. I am thankful for the way my partner made me coffee this morning. I am thankful for my legs, which allowed me to go for a walk. I am thankful that I learned one new, difficult thing at work today, even though it was hard. This practice, when done daily, fundamentally rewires your brain. It trains your mind to scan the world for good things, not just for threats. When you start your day from a place of abundance, negativity struggles to find a foothold. Stopping negativity is not a one-time event. It is a daily practice of awareness, replacement, protecting your inputs, and practicing gratitude. This is the foundation upon which all other mental strength is built. Your mind is the most powerful computer you will ever own. Your thoughts are the programs that run it. The problem is, most of us are running outdated, buggy software, programs of fear, doubt, and limitation installed in us since childhood. If you feed a computer a program filled with errors, it will produce errors. If you feed your mind programs of "I'm not good enough," it will produce a life that reflects that belief. The great news? You are the programmer. You can delete the old code and install new, powerful, positive programs. Reprogramming your mind is not a mystery. It is a skill. Here are the practical steps to do it. The most fundamental code you run is your internal dialogue, the words you speak to yourself both silently and out loud. Your subconscious mind is not critical, it is a loyal servant. It simply believes what you tell it most often. If you repeatedly tell yourself, "I'm so awkward," "I always mess things up," or "I'll never be successful," your subconscious mind accepts this as a command. It will then subtly alter your body language, your choices, and your perception to make that statement true. It will make you forget to prepare for the meeting, so you mess things up again, proving the program right. To change your life, you must change your language. Instead of "I'm so scared of this presentation," say this: "I'm excited to share my ideas. I am well prepared and capable." Instead of "This is impossible," say this: "This is a challenge and I am finding the solution." Instead of "I'm not good enough for this job," say this: "I am growing and learning every day. I bring unique value." This is not about lying. It's about shifting your identity. You are not describing a temporary feeling, fear. You are declaring a permanent state, capable. Repetition builds belief, and belief creates reality. Here is a scientific fact. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real, vivid experience and a deeply, emotionally imagined one. When you worry, you are simply visualizing a future you don't want. You are practicing for failure. We must reverse this and practice for success. Visualization is the process of creating a clear, detailed mental movie of your desired outcome. And most importantly, feeling the emotions of it as if it is already happening.
For 5 minutes every day leading up to it, do this. Close your eyes. See yourself waking up that morning, feeling calm and confident. See the details. See yourself picking out your outfit. See yourself walking into the building, shoulders back, making eye contact and offering a firm handshake. Hear the details. Hear yourself answering questions clearly, confidently, and articulately. Hear the interviewers responding positively. Feel the emotions. This is the key. Don't just watch the movie. Be in it. Feel the surge of confidence as you give a great answer. Feel the sense of connection and rapport. Feel the deep, satisfying feeling of success as you walk out, knowing you did your absolute best. When you do this repeatedly, your brain logs this as a memory. When the real interview happens, your mind thinks, "Oh, I've done this before. I know how to succeed here." You will have programmed yourself for confidence. What you see inside, you will create outside. If your mind is a computer, affirmations are the daily software patches you run to overwrite the old, buggy code. An affirmation is a short, powerful, positive statement declared in the present tense.
It's not, I will be confident. It is, I am confident. This may feel strange or fake at first. That's normal. Your old programming is resisting the new update. Your job is to be more persistent than your resistance. Here are a few powerful affirmations you can start with. Say them in the mirror every morning. Write them on a note by your computer. I am in complete control of my thoughts and my mind. I am calm, confident, and capable. Every challenge I face is an opportunity for me to grow stronger. I choose positivity over negativity. I choose faith over fear. I am getting better and better every single day. When you repeat these statements, you're not just saying words. You are installing a new operating system. You are replacing the program of I'm not good enough with the unshakable code of I am becoming better every day. Speak the words of strength, and your mind will begin to act accordingly. If negative thinking is the storm, self-doubt is the poison that seeps into the ground afterward. It is quieter, more subtle, and far more dangerous. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It's the voice that, even after you've started, says, you're an imposter. You just got lucky. It's only a matter of time before they find out you don't know what you're doing. You're not really good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. Self-doubt is the silent, internal assassin of dreams. It convinces you to quit before you've even begun. But here is the most important truth you must grasp. No one is born with self-doubt. It is not a part of your personality. It is a learned behavior. You learned it from past failures, from critical people, and from comparing your unedited life to the polished highlights of others. And if it can be learned, it can be unlearned. You can rewire your mind to trust yourself completely, to stand tall even when the world doubts you, and to act with unstoppable inner strength. Here is how you destroy it. Self-doubt is almost never a rational assessment of your abilities. It's fear in disguise. It's your brain's survival mechanism trying to keep you safe within your comfort zone. Because trying something new, like asking for a promotion, starting a business, or speaking to a stranger, involves the risk of rejection or failure. To your primitive brain, rejection feels like a threat to survival. So, it generates self-doubt as a preemptive strike. It tells you you're not ready, to stop you from trying, thus protecting you from the possibility of pain. The action? The moment you hear the voice of self-doubt, your first step is to label it. Ask yourself this critical question. Is this thought a fact, or is it a feeling? I have never done this before is a fact. I will fail and be a total embarrassment is a feeling disguised as a fact. By separating fact from fear, the fear loses its power. You can acknowledge the fact, this is new for me, so I must prepare, while dismissing the feeling. My fear is just my brain trying to keep me small. I won't let it. Self-doubt thrives on amnesia. It has a magical ability to make you forget every single hard thing you have ever accomplished. Your brain is wired with a negativity bias. It remembers the one time you failed more vividly than the 10 times you succeeded. You must fight this bias with cold, hard data.
Get a physical notebook or a digital file. Title it My Win File or My Evidence. Tonight, spend 15 minutes writing down every single challenge you have ever overcome, big and small. Passed that brutal final exam in college. Learned how to drive, even though I was terrified. Survived that painful breakup and healed. Gave that presentation, even though my hands were shaking. Taught myself how to cook, play an instrument, use that complex software. Handled that angry customer with professionalism. This is not an exercise in ego.
This is an exercise in evidence. This is your personal file of proof that you are resilient, capable, and strong. Whenever the voice of self-doubt whispers, "You can't handle this," your job is to read your file. You must respond to your irrational fear with rational proof. My feelings say I can't, but my evidence says I've handled worse. I've got this. You cannot think your way out of self-doubt. You cannot wait until you feel confident to start. Confidence is not the cause of action, it is the result of action. Self-doubt creates hesitation. Hesitation creates paralysis. Paralysis feeds more self-doubt. It is a vicious cycle. The only way to break this cycle is with action, no matter how small. The action, use the 5-minute rule. Whatever you are doubting, whatever you are procrastinating on, commit to doing it for just 5 minutes. Want to write a book? The doubt says, you'll never finish it. The action, just open the document and write for 5 minutes. Want to get in shape? The doubt says, you'll just quit again. The action, just put on your shoes and walk for 5 minutes. Want to start a business? The doubt says, it's too overwhelming. The action, just spend 5 minutes researching one competitor. What happens next is magical. First, starting is the hardest part. The 5-minute rule tricks your brain into overcoming that initial massive wall of resistance. Second, momentum takes over. Your 5 minutes often turn into 10, then 30. But even if it doesn't, you still won. You kept the promise to yourself. You proved the doubting voice wrong. Every small action you take is a vote for the new, confident you. One of the most toxic forms of self-doubt is perfectionism. It's a trap. It's a way for your fear to sound noble. I can't launch my website yet. The logo isn't perfect. I can't apply for that job. My resume isn't perfect. Perfectionism is just a high-class excuse for not taking a risk. It keeps you safely in the planning stage forever, where you can't fail. The action, adopt a new motto: progress, not perfection. It is infinitely better to have a good project that is finished and out in the world than a perfect project that only exists in your head. Launch the good enough website. You can improve it later. Publish the 80% perfect article. You can edit it later. Give the B+ presentation. Confidence doesn't come from being flawless. It comes from finishing. It comes from surviving your mistakes and realizing that failure is just data. When you stop chasing the impossible standard of perfect, you finally give yourself permission to begin. Life is not always positive. Life is not always fair. There will be times when things fall apart. You will lose a job. A relationship will end. You will face a financial crisis, or you will receive bad news about your health. These are the moments that define you. Your mental strength is not measured when everything is going well. It is forged in the fire of adversity. When the storm hits, your mind will become your biggest battlefield. If you haven't trained it, you will be controlled by panic, fear, and despair. But if you have trained it, you can become the calm center of the storm. You can learn to navigate the darkness with clarity, resilience, and an unshakable inner peace. Here is the strategy. This is the most powerful mindset shift you will ever make. Think of it this way. Your emotions and thoughts are like the weather. They are clouds. Sometimes they are white and fluffy, happiness, joy. Other times they are dark and stormy, anger, sadness, fear. Most people make a critical mistake. When the storm clouds appear, they become the storm. They say, "I am angry," or "I am sad." They identify completely with the temporary, passing emotion. You must realize that you are not the clouds. You are the sky. The sky is the vast, unchanging, silent awareness behind the clouds. The storm may rage, but the sky is not harmed by the storm. The storm simply observes the storm passing through. The storm is a temporary event within you. It is not you.
The action. When a powerful negative emotion like panic or anger rises, do this. Stop. Label it. Say to yourself, I am noticing a strong feeling of panic arising in me, or a cloud of anger is passing through. Breathe. Feel the physical sensation of the emotion, the tightness in your chest, the heat in your face, without judging it. Remember, this is just a cloud. It is not me. I am the sky, and I am just watching it pass. This simple act of observing instead of becoming creates psychological distance. It separates you from the emotion. It stops the emotion from hijacking your mind and your actions. You are no longer the victim of the storm. You are the calm, conscious witness. When something bad happens, a stimulus, our brain is wired to react instantly and emotionally, a response. Stimulus. Someone insults you. Reaction. You instantly insult them back. Stimulus. You receive a stressful email. Reaction. You instantly feel overwhelmed and want to quit. A strong mind does not react. A strong mind responds. A reaction is automatic, emotional, and primitive. A response is conscious, deliberate, and strategic. The power to do this lies in a tiny 3-second window. The action? Train yourself to create a 3-second pause between the stimulus and your response. When you feel that emotional jolt, that surge of anger or panic, your only job is to stop. Do nothing, say nothing. Just breathe. 1, 2, 3. In that tiny 3-second gap, you have just interrupted the primitive emotional hijack. You have given your rational brain, the prefrontal cortex, time to catch up. After 3 seconds, you can choose to ignore the insult. After 3 seconds, you can choose to close the email and think, I will handle this calmly in 1 hour. This simple pause is the difference between being a slave to your emotions and being the master of your mind. In that small gap lives all your power. In any difficult situation, 99% of our suffering comes from one single error. We waste our energy focusing on things we cannot control. We obsess over the past, I should have. We worry about the future, what if. We complain about other people's actions. All of these things are 100% outside of our control, and focusing on them only creates feelings of helplessness, anxiety, and rage. A strong, calm mind immediately divides the problem into 2 categories: things I cannot control, things I can control. The action. When you're in a crisis, grab a piece of paper or just do this in your head. Column 1, cannot control. The economy is bad, my client is angry, it's raining, I got sick, this person's bad attitude. Column 2, can control. My response to the bad economy. For example, learning a new skill, cutting my budget. My response to the angry client. For example, listening calmly, offering a solution. My choice to bring an umbrella. My choice to rest and heal. My choice to not let their attitude ruin my day. Your job is to ruthlessly ignore column 1. It is just noise. Your job is to pour 100% of your focus, energy, and action into column 2. Peace is not found when the storm goes away. Peace is found when you stop trying to control the storm and focus with total clarity on how you sail the ship. That is where your power lies. Calmness is your defense. Mental toughness is your offense. Calmness, part 4, is how you handle the storm when it's overhead. Mental toughness, part 5, is the training you do every single day to build a mind that is so strong, so resilient, and so disciplined that future storms feel smaller. You are not born with mental toughness. Just like a muscle, it is built. It is forged through discomfort, discipline, and consistency. You can't think your way to toughness. You must act your way to it. Here is your training plan. This is your mental gym. The modern world is designed for comfort. We have food delivered, climate-controlled rooms, and instant entertainment. This comfort makes our bodies soft, but more dangerously, it makes our minds soft. When your mind is only used to comfort, the smallest inconvenience feels like a major crisis. A little traffic, a slow internet connection, or minor criticism can send you into a spiral of frustration. To build mental toughness, you must deliberately and regularly practice voluntary discomfort. You must teach your mind, I can handle hard things. I am in charge, not my feelings.
Choose one small hard thing to do every day. Take a 30-second cold shower. The voice in your head will scream, "No, it's too cold. Do it tomorrow." This is the weak voice. When you step in anyway, you are training your mind that you are the master, not the voice of comfort. Wake up early. Set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier than you need to, and get out of bed the instant it rings. No snooze button. Finish a difficult task. When you feel that urge to procrastinate or check your phone, push through for another 15 minutes. Exercise when you're tired. You don't need a 2-hour workout. Just do 10 push-ups. It's a physical act that builds a mental win. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are putting a rep in at the mental gym. You are building self-respect and proving to yourself that your will is stronger than your weakest feelings. Mentally weak people are easily distracted. They get pulled into pointless arguments, social media drama, and other people's priorities. Why? Because they have no strong central mission of their own. A mentally tough person is mission-driven. They know why they are getting up in the morning. Their why is their North Star. When you have a powerful why, it acts as a future for your life. Does this argument get me closer to my mission? No, I will not engage. Does scrolling on this app get me closer to my mission? No, I will put it down. Is this failure the end? No, it is a lesson I need to learn for my mission. The action. You must define your why. Take 30 minutes and answer this question. What is my mission right now? It doesn't have to be a grand, world-changing purpose. It can be clear and focused. My mission is to learn this new skill so I can get a better job and provide for my family. My mission is to get healthy and strong so I can be an active parent. My mission is to save $10,000 to gain financial freedom. Write this mission down. Put it somewhere you can see it. When life gets hard and you feel like quitting, you must look at your mission. Your why is the fuel that will keep you going when your motivation fades. Mentally weak people fear failure. They see it as a judgment. I failed, therefore I am a failure. It's a devastating blow to their identity, so they stop trying. Mentally tough people use failure. They do not see it as a judgment. They see it as data. Weak mindset. I failed. I'm stupid. I give up. Emotion-based. Tough mindset. That attempt failed. Why? What did I learn? What is the data telling me?
Okay, I will adjust my approach and try again. Logic-based. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It is the price you pay for ambition. The action. Reframe every failure or mistake as a lesson. The next time you fall short, you must force yourself to ask, what did this teach me? That presentation was terrible. Lesson. I learned I need to practice my transitions more and prepare for that specific question. My business idea didn't work. Lesson. I learned that my target market is not who I thought it was. This is valuable data for my next idea. You are not your failures. You are the person who learns from them. This mindset makes you unstoppable because every loss simply becomes a new strategy for your next win. Mental toughness is built on a foundation of self-trust. And you cannot trust yourself if you constantly break the promises you make to yourself. When you say, I'm going to wake up early, and you don't. When you say, I'm going to eat healthy, and you don't. When you say, I'm going to finish this report, and you don't. You are destroying your self-confidence from the inside out. The action. Start small, but be flawless. Make 3 tiny achievable promises to yourself for tomorrow and keep them no matter what. 1. I will drink 1 full glass of water before my coffee. 2. I will read for 10 pages. 3. I will put my dishes in the dishwasher immediately. This sounds simple. It is not easy. But when you keep these small promises, you are rebuilding your integrity. Your brain learns that when I say I will do something, I do it. This self-trust is the bedrock of mental toughness. It's the deep, quiet knowledge that you can count on yourself. We have been on a journey. We have learned to stop negative thinking, reprogram the mind, break self-doubt, stay calm in a crisis, and build mental toughness. Now, we arrive at the final and most beautiful stage of transformation. The ultimate goal of all this work is not to become rich, famous, or invincible. The ultimate goal is to become peaceful.
True power is not loud. It is silent. It is calm. It is the state when nothing, absolutely nothing, outside of you can shake the stillness and strength inside of you. To reach this state, you must learn to remove negativity not just from your mind, but from your habits and your environment. Because no matter how talented you are, you cannot fly high while carrying negative energy. This is the final cleansing. You cannot live a positive life while surrounded by people who only see the bad side of everything. Some people carry darkness, not because they are evil, but because they have never learned to heal. You can love them, you can wish them well, but you cannot let them drain your energy. Your energy is your most precious asset. Your peace is your highest priority. The action. Become a fierce guardian of your mental space. Set boundaries. You must learn to say no, politely but firmly. I can't participate in this conversation. I don't have the mental energy for this right now. Strategic distance. Limit your time with energy vampires, the constant complainers, critics, gossips, and drama magnets. Walk alone. Strong people are not afraid to walk alone. They would rather be alone in peace than with others in conflict. Don't fight them. Just stop feeding them your energy. Your peace depends on it. The heaviest negativity many of us carry is not from today. It's from 10 years ago. It's old anger, old regret, old wounds.
You cannot be at peace if you keep reopening old wounds. You cannot drive forward if your eyes are glued to the rearview mirror. The action. You must forgive. Forgiveness is not a gift you give to the person who hurt you. Forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It does not mean what you did was okay. It means what you did will no longer have the power to hurt me today. Picture that anger as a heavy chain linking you to that person or event. Forgiveness is the act of you picking up the shears and cutting that chain. You are not setting them free, you are setting yourself free. Write a letter to that person. You never have to send it. Get all the pain and anger out. Then end it with, I learned the lesson, and now I choose to release you. I choose my peace. Then burn or delete the letter. The past is a classroom, not a prison. Learn, graduate, and move on. Negativity hides in chaos. A cluttered room, an overstuffed schedule, 10 half-finished projects, 50 open tabs on your browser. Outer chaos creates inner chaos. Peace grows in simplicity. The action. Subtract ruthlessly. Clear your space. Clean your room. Donate clothes you don't wear. A clean, organized environment creates a clear, calm mind. Clear your schedule. Learn to say no. Focus on only the 2-3 things that truly matter. Clear your digital life. Turn off notifications. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad. Have a no-phone hour before bed. Every time you remove something unnecessary, you make space for peace. Less noise, more peace. Less distraction, more direction. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. Not every comment deserves a reply. Not every insult deserves your energy. So much of our negativity comes from our ego. The need to be right, the need to have the last word. Choose peace over being right. The next time someone says something ignorant or provocative, feel the urge to react. Then take one deep breath and let it go. Imagine their words are an arrow that flies harmlessly past you. Your silence is not weakness. It is disciplined strength. It is the recognition that your inner peace is worth more than winning a petty argument. A truly powerful person knows when to speak and when to remain silent. In a noisy world of phones, TVs, news, and demands, silence is your therapy. You have spent your life listening to the noise of the world. Peace comes when you finally listen to the stillness within. The action. Spend 10 minutes every single day in absolute silence. No phone, no music, no TV, no books. Just sit. At first, your mind will scream. It is addicted to distraction. But after a few minutes, it will settle. In that stillness, your thoughts clear. Your emotions settle. You reconnect with yourself. You start to hear your intuition again. That quiet inner voice that always knows what's right for you.
Silence heals. It gives you back the strength the world tries to take away. We have reached the end of this guide, but it is the beginning of your practice. You have been given the tools to stop negativity, to reprogram your mind, to break self-doubt, to face the storm, to build toughness, and to find peace. Now the work begins. Your mind is your home. If you keep it dark and cluttered, you will live a dark life. If you clean it,
open the windows and fill it with light, you will live a brilliant life. Negativity will always try to return. It is like a weed. But you are no longer an ignorant gardener. You are a master. You know how to spot the weed, awareness, how to pull it, replacement, and how to grow beautiful flowers, gratitude, focus. Remember this truth. You are not the victim of your thoughts. You are the master of your mind. True power is not in shouting, winning, or proving. True power is in remaining calm, kind, and unshaken. So from today, stop carrying the weight of what's heavy. Let it go. Rise higher. And remember, a peaceful mind is the most powerful mind. Let's begin.